The coronavirus pandemic has forced many of us to work from home. In the past, the workday usually ended when people left the office. Today, one of the challenges people working from home face is dealing with the blurring of boundaries between work and private life. I'm going to discuss why it's important that you establish this boundary and why you need to learn to disconnect yourself from work. I'm Hector Wong, and I help leaders who are struggling and feeling overwhelmed to conquer their challenges and be confident in their role. To stay up to date with my latest videos and helpful tips, make sure to subscribe to this channel by clicking the subscribe button. In 2020, the Boston Consulting Group conducted a survey of 12,000 employees from a number of countries. 75% of the respondents said that they were able to maintain or increase their productivity. When the pandemic ends, many companies will continue to allow their staff to work remotely part-time or full-time because they've seen the benefits this model of working provides. Going to the office every day, working 9 to 5, and interacting with other professionals was a normal routine. When people were forced to work from home, new norms and cultures had to be established to adapt to this way of working. Remote working provides a degree of flexibility. However, the challenge came in the form of figuring out when the workday started and when it ended. Work life and private life became blurred. Every company has its core business hours. At home, you may stop working at 5 p.m., but the ability or the temptation to log on and start working became much easier when compared to working in an office. At home, you're not far from your computer. This problem isn't new. Technology such as smartphones keep us connected to work all the time as well. The technology has always been there, but working from home has exacerbated this problem. Not having boundaries between work life and private life can have immense negative impacts. Free time decreases, the likelihood of burnout increases, and some people develop feelings of guilt for taking time away from work for rest or leisure because they think it is irresponsible. This may be a result of their perceived self-worth and value equating to the amount of work they do. You need to set boundaries and learn to disconnect yourself from work to ensure your health and mental well-being. The first thing you need to do is to tell yourself that it's okay to spend your free time to enjoy yourself or to rest. Avoid checking your computer or your phone frequently during your free time. Some of you may be unable to do this, depending on your role. One tactic is to let your boss and your team know that there are specific times of the day that you will not respond to calls or messages, but you will answer if it is critical or an emergency. Your free time needs to be important to you and prioritized as such. Another way to think of free time is to see it as an investment. Giving yourself the time to rest and recover will only help you perform better during your work time. If you're in a leadership or managerial role, you also need to be a role model and demonstrate the behaviors that you want your subordinates to display. Stop sending emails or making phone calls outside of business hours. When you are tempted to do so, ask yourself if this issue needs to be addressed right now or if it can wait till tomorrow. Working from home doesn't mean working all the time. Stop, take a breath, and tell yourself it's okay to rest and disconnect yourself from work. You'll be doing yourself a huge favor.